Hey, this is MassX with a new One Punch Man the Strongest video, and we're going to do an account review today. As you can see, this is not my normal account. We are doing an account review for Shy Ronnie, so thank you very much. So we've got Garu right here, 5 stars, very nice, as well as the Awakened Inspirations at 3. Looking pretty solid there, actually. Character talent too, very nice. Let's just kind of peek through here. Things are looking pretty good. Marion, where you want to go with your focus on your Garu, I definitely would recommend getting the grappler enhancement up, as well as True Strike. You know, to maximize yourself in character talents on level 3, you really got to be careful once you start going over 5 because the odds are so horrible. So my theory has always been maximize 1, of course. Maximize 2, usually. You can exclude, of course, talent trial enhancement and daily instance enhancement. And then, of course, in 3, you're looking to clock in at 5s across the board. And after that, it's really more losses than gains because how much time and effort it takes. But, you know, as a whole, the character is looking pretty good. The only other suggestions here might be to take a closer look at your sigils. For instance, you know, Pain Signal, of course, you're going to get higher attack off of that, as well as you get that first tick that deals a 5,500 bonus damage on dealing DOT. You could also look at Ruthless Sigil. You're going to get another increase in attack because it's a higher level, as well as you get that 5,500 bonus damage. Just take a closer look at your sigils here that might be able to help push your Garu a little higher. And let's go ahead and take a look at the gear on him. He's running Gangster, which is fine. Attacks, not really optimal right now, though. You really, marrying on what your team goal is with Garu is you want to get that attack as high as possible. Attack at 360,000 is not bad. Definitely would be working on my equips, either doing a rainbow set with an attack percentage, attack crit. Of course, if you want him to go first, then of course your focus should be speed. But yeah, definitely could use a little improvement with the gear. And again, don't be afraid of using rainbow sets if you can maximize the most important stats. Let's take a quick look here at Gogetsu. With the equipment on Gogetsu actually looking pretty good. Again, same thing I just said about Garu. Let's look at the buff gear on Gogetsu. So got attack, good. HP probably, let's see what you got in here. You only got a defense. You do have an attack. You may want to go attack, preferably on all 3, unless you're having an issue with Gogetsu tanking for you. What I can say is he is a pretty darn good tank, and if you want to focus on that offense, I would be looking at changing some of those buff gears. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of him. Awakened Inspiration at 2 stars, not bad. Looks like still working on that, so good. Character talents with Gogetsu, we've got 1 full, which would be expected. Got 2 full, which is awesome, and 3 you're working on right now. So yeah, definitely went really all in on that attack on talent 3. Again, you know, focus on those remaining ones just to get them to 5s across the board, and of course, whenever you can, open up those other sigils. He's not looking bad at all either. We've got Watchdog Man next at 3 stars, which is okay if it's not going to be a focus character for you because he can tank well. Let's look at his stats. HP. You really want to get that HP higher if you can. That attack is okay, but you definitely want to get that HP higher. Let's go ahead and look at the gear on him. So we're looking at the gear. You've got an increase in speed, so you're focusing on him going probably first or second on your team. not the optimal set on him. Let's look at your gear bag really fast and do a quick search. I'm not sure if you really have anything, but let's look and see. You know, that HP and HP bonus is so important with Watchdog Man. And yeah, honestly, it doesn't look like you have a lot here for HP and HP bonus, so you're probably just trying to maximize what you got. Understand, but again, if you were looking, let's see here, 514 speed for him, your guard was at 454. Oh man, I would really be looking to push the HP on him. I'm guessing, okay, HP buff, HP buff, HP buff, so looking really good on the buff gear there. And the exclusive items, yeah, you've got what you need HP wise there. I just might want to reconsider some of my gear configurations when you can and work on him. And you got your zombie man. Let's take a look at him. One of the characters that is not as necessary to get that awakened inspiration as high. The character talents on him, 1 and 2. Of course, just really focus on 2, getting that HP up. That's going to help him tank a little bit better. But all in all, not bad. Let's look at the gears real quickly. Primal, Primal suit, awesome stuff to go with. A little bit of a mishmash there. HP and attack, I see you're going a little bit more offensive mind. The crit damage is really kind of a waste. If you can find another primal, let's see what you got here, if anything. Let's see here. Yeah, you could go, you've got attack crit damage in there. You've got attack speed, HP. You've got an attack. If you're looking at using them more offensively, of course, I would pull that crit damage one out and throw in the attack at a minimum. If you want some more HP too, you can always go with the attack and HP 5%. Let's see what you got for this one, defense and attack. Yeah, it just really matters where you're going. Again, don't be afraid to switch things out, but it appears to me you're going more offensive minded, so I would definitely switch out the primal bottom for probably going attack at this point. But no, not looking bad. Solid work on this account so far. They asked about getting their BP higher. Well, there's lots of ways to do it, but it's just a constant process. Of course, your figurines, and from advanced looking, from what I could see, you've done actually a really good job on your figurines. You're getting them up there, and that's the key. Just keep plugging away. Use those characters that are easy to build up and just keep working at them. You don't want to look at the figurines and invest your resources into them. That's going to harm you doing things for other members of your main team or secondary team. But the ones that are easy to build up and work on, then definitely, perfect example is your Sky Folks, getting them up there, get them to 5 across the board when you can. All the easier characters, those are the ones you want to keep pushing through, and once you, and it will be a gradual thing, and sadly, it's not going to happen overnight and quickly for you. And let's take a look at another area, the laboratory, of course. And this is a great way to build your BP slowly but surely, because as you level it up, it is shared. Looks like you have nothing open here. I don't see anything telling me that you can level up here. So really, your main focus should be on 2 things. One is focusing on the cores that you use most, which I'm guessing Zombie Man, like most. And then work on just slowly leveling up. Now again, you want to focus across the board and evenly. So you have a lot of level 4s and you have 1 level 3. So the easiest one to build up next, of course, is going to be your Deep Sea King. And I would recommend that because he actually goes a long way, especially when you get him to level 4. And you're going to keep increasing your BP, with the least amount of resources. So you get him to 4, and then you pick who's the most important to you on 4 to do next. And that's how I did it. I went right across the board for a while. So everybody got to 2, everybody got to 3, everybody got to 4, unless I had a windfall of some amazing amount of drops. So it made it easier for me. But again, that's what you really want to do. And of course, with the infrastructure, same thing, okay? So your goal is going to be to get these infrastructures up the same way. So, you know, your brutal power core right now has less, so hopefully you'll be able to get the last remaining amounts to get that to 4, and then they'd be equal. Then of course the conspiracy power core is more important, so you're probably going to push that one next. Again, real simple stuff, nothing crazy there. Let's look at your training real quickly. Looks like you've actually been working on this, and so you're, nothing to be ashamed about this account. Just you've really done some hard work on here, and it's looking good so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the newer stuff that does have a grave effect on what your choices are. And now let's go to Training Center, okay? So you remember training, you want to try to do 2 of everybody, and at first go with the highest characters you got, which it looks like you did, so that looks good. And then your bottom, you really want to focus on the characters that you're gonna give you the most bang for your buck, the ones that you use, the ones that you can get further in. So it's skill training. Okay, I can see one thing here. Okay, one of the big no-nos with skill training is to go heavy leveling up one of them. And why? Because you're not going to get those next levels. They're every 5 increments, okay? So pushing the passive to 75 doesn't really do you much good in the long run. The best thing you can do is level each one up one at a time. So get your 69 to 70, or actually right here, I'd probably stick on your 66. Get 66 up to 69, and then go back and forth between basic and ultimate, get it to 70. Once you're at 70, everybody's skills are going to go to the 70 mark, and then you're going to go back and forth to get them all up to 75. This is something that's important because you want to keep getting that skill level up every 5, and the only way to maximize that is basically going one at a time. So they all are equal. So when you're at 75, then you're going to start at the top. 76, then the next one 76, then the next one 76, then back to the top. That's also going to keep your resource management at bay the most, so that's a good thing. Now let's take a look at your expeditions. Not looking bad at all at 39, 34, 34, 34. Just keep plugging away and pushing those, because it is important, because the higher you get, the better and more resources you get. Your type training, there you go. Perfect example. Those are all 6s right now. That's what you want. Now you'll pick what's most important for your team. Is grapplers the one that you want to push the speed most first? Then you'll do the grappler, and so on. And right now, that's what you want to do for your resource management. So for the most part, good. Just remember that about the skill training. That's going to help once you get everything back set up there. Let's take a look at the lineup for his arena team. Not looking bad at all. I'm guessing the espers for you are not good enough to go the route of Giro. That might be something to consider if you can make that work, especially in arena where you're looking at matches maybe only lasting 2 to 3 rounds. Giro does go a long way in there, but you got a nice respectable lineup. Watchdog Man and Zombie Man in that front line. You got your Genos up there, which is okay because he's going to do more damage if he gets killed once, so that's always a plus. And then your Boros for your single hitter, and then you've got your 2 freaking power hitters in the back. Nothing looking too bad there at all, except for might want to look to see. Now again, you may not have the espers, because I'm looking right here. You got Giro, you got Boros. You would need one more. And honestly, and again, this is my personal preference, I'm not a huge TT fan, at least this version of her. You'd probably be looking at Glory Boss, but at 3 stars. Again, Glory Boss you're using just to get your attack up on your other characters. So if it could go quick enough, you could do that, and then you don't worry about that death. And with the Giro core, might survive longer than expected. You know, again, it's a win-lose with Arena. You got to test things out and see what works best for you. But nothing too bad there. Now in Peak Arena, yeah, you know, again, not looking too bad. Again, if you're going to use Flashy Flash, you got them at speed 1, so that's smart. You've got your Genos there at speed 4, which is a little low, honestly. I didn't notice that earlier. You may want to try to get that up. In a perfect world, you'd have your Flashy Flash at 1. You would have your Garo at either 2 or 3, and your Genos at either 2 or 3. It matters what your goal is. Sometimes getting an injury on the other team really helps when your Genos goes off to really maximize that damage. But again, it's really what you're looking for. And, you know, you got Silver Fang to help with the defense. And yeah, see, nice lineup there. Great using Sky King. I use Sky King, even with mine being powered up. I love using Sky King. If your Carnage Kabuto can really tank well, I would maybe move Giro to the other side. And outside of that, looking pretty good. The specific questions are, how should I optimize my gears on my team? Well, again, like I said before, never be scared to go Rainbow if it's going to give you the stats you need most for that particular character. Gears were lacking a bit in the hole. I'd recommend working on farming those right now. Probably that over the buff gears, because your buff gears did not look definitely needing as much improvement as your gears did themselves. How should I optimize my heroes, villains, arena, club boss teams? Well, honestly, I think you're doing a good job right now. Your arena team didn't look bad at all. Your Peak Arena team didn't look bad at all. Again, going with the Giro core, of course, is, in my opinion, a little better than Zombie Man. If you have the necessary espers, you probably could use a little bit more work on your espers to be able to get to that point, so you're probably making the right choice going with Zombie Man at this point in time. What are the best packs, the bang for your buck? Well, honestly, I can't recommend a lot of packs in this game. The one thing I do, though, is the 3-in-1 purchase, the daily one. That one is a solid one to get. With the limited ones, of course, your special packs at 99 cents are always a good deal, more often than not. And then it gets much more difficult. How I always look at it is, if I can get more vitality, that's always a plus. So I look for ones with vitality, you know, or stamina, of course, because those both go a long way in this game. So when you see those under $10 packs that have the vitality, have the stamina, those are the ones I would recommend over anything else. As they increase, you know, like this one is one that I actually like, because you get 220 vitality, you get 220 stamina. Anything with sacks too. Those are really the 3 biggies, okay? And those are where I focus at these days as things go downhill. I know another one out there, and the problem is they're usually expensive, so they really stink, is anything, of course, with your parts supply vouchers and your extension supply vouchers. Again, it's always tough because they never seem to be on the low-end packs. I mean, I know they have this one. If they didn't have the battle supply coupons in it and like had something else like stamina or vitality or something more useful, this would be a nice pack, you know, getting 5/5 and something good. But because it's full of battle supply coupons, I don't think it's worth the $7.99, not even close. But this one, ironically, is a fairly good pack when you really think about 9 SSR Omni chest in there. Yes, it's random, but I can tell you, I see more often than not that it literally goes right down the line 50-50. One of them you'll get 4, one of them you'll get 5. So it works to your advantage. The problem is, I do think it is priced a little bit too high. If they took out the experience soda and added something different, I think it would be a valuable pack. But as it stands right now, it's not one that I can recommend. It's under an absolute need to only ever go after that. To me, it's always vitality and stamina. Vitality and stamina. That's where I go when I look at packs. Like, I love this pack right here, the Weekly Spirit pack, you know, with the 120 vitality, 120 stamina 3 times. But again, you know what you're looking out to do in the game, what you're saving up for, so always keep that in mind. Those are really, there's not a lot of the dailies and weeklies that I would recommend. The focus is always going to be, to me, stamina, vitality first. Then, what do you absolutely need after that? So, all right, well, with that, thank you again to Shairani. If you're interested in having an account review done, feel free to DM me in Discord, or of course, you can always email me at masesqgaming@gmail.com. With that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps so much. Have a great day.